What has our favourite Chinese multi-hyphenate cool guy been up to this week? Find out on the YIBO Weekly. Well, friends, there is not a huge amount to talk about today, so we're going to be relaxed and calm and just deal with it as they come. Last Wednesday, as I told you all, was Earth Day, and in fact, YIBO produced a number of different pieces about Earth Day, both for official accounts. He was a narrator on one, and he was like a cameo in a really big one that was put out by one of the government accounts. And also a number of the brands did promotions with YIBO around Earth Day. So Earth Day, yay, isn't it kind of, it's sort of nostalgic actually to think of, like, I don't know, a government-backed, celebrity-faced promotional campaign for something like environmental awareness or something. It feels like something from my childhood. So there you go. That was last Wednesday. There hasn't been a huge amount of other YIBO sort of like stuff this week. Vogue online put out a short video of a what's in your bag thing with Wang YIBO, which picking up on the clues was, you know, an advertorial for Chanel, because all of the products that he pulled out were Chanel out of a Chanel bag. I think that was filmed while he was in Paris. And at about the same time, Oliver June, Warm Studio, put out a new set of photos of YIBO in Paris, and they were in the same clothes that he was in that Vogue video. My understanding is that YIBO-OFFICIAL put those photos out on Xiaohongshu, but on Weibo they didn't, and then this Warm Studio, the photographer, put them out on Weibo. The only other kind of non-brand endorsement thing, which there's a fair amount of brand stuff, so I will have something to talk about, but the only other really non-brand thing that I can think of that happened this week was a bit of a scuffle on the internet about a short drama, an AI produced short drama that actually came out in February. But for whatever reason, it started trending earlier this week, last couple of days. It was actually a number of trending hot searches were about it. And it may be partly because of that thing that happened last week where iQIYI did a big promotional event with media where they announced what was coming up. They do this a few times a year. And they have like lots of trailers and promotional materials and stuff. Often they actually have like one of the key members of the iQIYI executive do like a little keynote introduction. And this time, the CEO, I think, of iQIYI got up and talked about AI actors and licensing, that they were going to have an AI acting kind of roster, and actors could sign up. Actors would be able to give permission for their images to be used for a particular project, so it would be on a project by project basis, but that saying, you know, that we've got, you know, hundreds of these like top line actors who we're going to be able to produce more materials of them by using AI. And there was a lot of pushback. A lot of pushback from fans saying they didn't want to watch AI drama. There was a lot of pushback from individual actors saying, I don't know why you've got my face up on that poster because I have never agreed to anything like this. And yeah, that was quite a bit of kerfuffle last week. Anyway, as I said, there was this short drama that was put out by a local, it wasn't produced by them, I don't think, but it was, it's been on a number of the short drama platforms, but it was also put on a satellite TV in a particular area, satellite TV channel, and they advertised it at the time as the first fully AI produced short drama on satellite TV in China. And okay, so the drama was called, the Chinese name is Chinese Tail White Snake, but it doesn't seem to be, the storyline doesn't actually seem to be the traditional Chinese story of the white snake. And the drama about the drama is that it looks like Wang YIBO, or in fact, the main character in profile looks like Xiaozhan, and in full face looks like Wang YIBO, which, yeah, here's the picture that they used for promotion. In fact, I am surprised. I mean, there has been outcry. I'm surprised that it isn't more. Because, like, yeah, it seems to me that this is a clear violation of portrait rights, because, like, I look at that and I see Wang YIBO. All of the original posts that were promoting it have been pulled. But my understanding is the drama is still around. Some of the platforms have pulled it, but not all. So it's still around circulating, but I haven't actually been able to find it. But what I've heard is that the images that they use for their promotions, like the stills that they use for the promotions, are more clearly violating than what you actually see in motion. I don't really have anything much else to say about that, except that it's a thing that happened. I haven't seen any official response, but if there's not legal action about this, I would be surprised. I guess that brings us up to brand stuff. So the big brand story is a new endorsement, Luckin Coffe. I think I mentioned it at the end of last week, because it was teased just before, but it's only officially announced, like it's only been launched yesterday. So Wang YIBO is the new global brand ambassador for Luckin Coffe, but not for the entire branch, but for a particular product line, which is their ready to drink, an instant kind of coffee, rather than, I think, like their stores, for example. So yesterday there was so much stuff went out, videos and images and gift packs and like special deals, and they launched 805 screen advertisements across 30 cities in China. 805. That's a commitment to the bit. And like, I watched a fair amount of looked through a fair amount of the stuff that they produced yesterday, and I don't actually think much of it is particularly like creative or especially visually compelling, but they've certainly spent money in terms of scale. So I imagine Luckin Coffe isn't exceedingly happy about this, but nevertheless, this is a thing that's happened. So Wang YIBO for Luckin Coffe. Luckin Coffe, here we go. Other brand stories of the week. Master Kong brought out a much more interesting and creative ad campaign, and they actually went like the day before. I wonder if it was a coincidence or not. But anyway, so on Monday they'd been teasing little bits of it, but on Monday they dropped their big full ad campaign, and it's got YIBO sort of going back in time, and there's dinosaurs, and there's like monkey men, and there's And then he's up in space, and everywhere is trying to give him drinks, but nothing is going to hit the spot. And then he gets back, and this is all, I think, in the conceit of the ad. It's really happening in his mind. And then he zoomed back into the moment, and the little shop lady comes back, and she's got the thing that he wanted, which was the Master Kong iced tea, and he drinks it down, and everything's wonderful. So that all singing, all dancing ad went out on Monday, and then on Tuesday we've got him drinking the Luckin Coffee out of the bottle, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's not that exciting. So I think well played, Master Kong. Other brand stories. Oh, when the Luckin Coffee endorsement came out, a number of the big fan accounts put out endorsement summaries of YIBO's, listing all of YIBO's endorsements, and I looked through them, and JEANSWEST is not on the current list. It's about a month since they put out an YIBO focused ad, as far as I can see, and he's not on the header, and they've taken him off these lists, so it probably is over. But I looked back, and on JEANSWEST's official Weibo account, they actually liked an YIBO official post like 2 days ago. So maybe they just genuinely like him. Maybe that's what it's about. They haven't got an official relationship anymore, but they're still fans. I can understand that. I'm a little bit sad because JEANSWEST did take some very lovely photos of YIBO over the years. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe it will come back again. Who knows? We've still got the ones that have already been taken, I suppose. Anta didn't make the same mistake. Anta have re-upped. They have been doing during the week a number of things for their 5th anniversary, and there are a number of pieces of video that they've put out. I'm not sure if the whole campaign is now gone, released, or there's going to be another one, another big one. But yeah, they've got gift boxes, and they've got a brand new pair of shoes that's like an YIBO kind of connect. And yeah, so there was a big Anta thing this week. There were a couple of other smaller things. Lacoste put out a very cute, they have done a campaign with a number of their different ambassadors, and YIBO had one part of it, which it's all them doing these funny like action shots of them, almost like they're playing tennis, but not in tennis gear and not on a tennis court, but in Paris. Adolf put out a couple of pics during the week. They did an Earth Day thing, and they did something else as well this week. Flyco released a new product line and put out a picture with YIBO, but there really isn't much else. It was a bit of a quieter week, apart from the fact that we had this big launch for Luckin Coffee. So that's that. That's the story. Don't have a great deal else to say. I really hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're up to. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you're enjoying the beginning of the warmer weather coming in. I am actually enjoying the beginning of the cooler weather coming in. I'm thinking about changing over to my flannelette sheets this week. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're having a wonderful YIBO Wednesday.